Hey everybody, you are watching CAD Roll Hunter, and today we have $250 in custom wrapped Canadian dimes. Let's dive in. Hey folks, this is James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter. That's right, I got 50 rolls, 5 bundles, each with 10 rolls of custom wrapped Canadian dimes that we are going to hunt. It's been a while since we found silver, so we would love to find some silver in these rolls. I always check out the edges when we have these plastic ones. I can see some copper edges. There's some American coins in here. I don't see any obvious silver, but we don't know what's inside these rolls that we can't see with the paper, so there could be anything in there. Of course, in our last hunt, we got our very first colorized dimes, so maybe we'll find some more of those in here. Maybe we'll find some low mint. Who knows? Some foreigns. We were not going to know, of course, until we get in these rolls and start looking. I am just in roll number 1, and I am bringing you in because I didn't see it by the edge, but I think we have a silver dime here. And it is a 1966. This is 80% Canadian silver. That is incredible. I didn't notice it by the edge, but I probably should have. It looks pretty bright. So we are back on silver. That is incredible. First roll silver. I think that's the first time I've ever had first roll silver. That means we've got 49 more chances to get more silver. So that's pretty awesome. So that is a great first find for the board. I'm literally like 10 coins in, and that is amazing. Same roll, we got a 90s dime, a really nice looking 1995. That's a keeper for sure. Let's flip it over and see. Yeah, it is in great shape. So that's one we will hold on to for sure. Roll number 2, I've got a 1968 here. And we know that in 1968, the mint produced dimes in both nickel and in 50% silver. Now this one here has the look of nickel. It doesn't have that sort of whiter appearance of the silver, but there's only one way to know for sure. I've got my handy dandy fridge magnet here, and it definitely sticks. So that is the nickel variety. So we didn't get 2 silver in 2 rolls. I was hoping we were on a 50 roll streak, but that didn't seem to be the case. Roll number 3, we're going to have our first American. It won't be our last, that's for certain, but it is a 2013 Philadelphia. Roll number 4, and I always do an edge check. You know, we're always looking for silver, and I can see a few, maybe 4 or 5 American edges. You can see the copper. It looks like a split between sort of like that silvery bright color and the coppery color, but there's one here that is really dark. Now this one looks bright and shiny and new, and then one that's really dark. I don't know what that is, if that is a foreign or if that is just, it could be another American, so we'll have to take a peek and see what that is. Okay, I've laid it down, and we can see this really dark edge here. It's an American, and so what exactly is it? It's just a really discolored 1972. It looks like it could have been fire damage. Look at how dark that entire coin is. So it's another American, but not silver. I thought maybe it could even be a tarnished silver, but that's not the case. Just finished up roll number 4, and we got 4 more US dimes. They're the oldest being that 1972 Denver on the left. Just getting into roll number 7 here, and this one looks pretty light. It was really folded down a lot, and I think we're going to be shortened just because I'm interested. I'm going to see what's in here. I'm going to count this and see how much I'm shorted, because that's one of the risks of coin roll hunting, is that you're not always going to come out ahead. You could very well come out short. In that roll, we found a commemorative. It is the Wings of Peace. That's the 2017, commemorating 150 years of Confederation. As one of my viewers recently noted, the word in the English language for that is sesquicentennial. So that's 150 years of Confederation, 1867 to 2017. And second last coin of the roll there was another 1968, and it's another one composed of nickel. And so I've laid these out, and I was actually wrong. There were actually 50 dimes in there. It just looked so much shorter than the other ones. So I don't know, maybe I'm losing my touch. Just about at the end of roll number 8, and we got ourselves a nice 2003P. This is the second US in that roll, but that one looks pretty nice. It could be an upgrade in my own collection. Roll number 11, we've got our first 2021 Bluenose commemorative. So this is the double date, but it's the standard or typical Bluenose portrait. So it's not that one where Bluenose is under sail racing across the water. But this might mean we've got some of the colorized commemoratives as well. So we'll have to see. Roll number 17, we've got a nice 1986 here that looks like it's in pretty nice condition. Roll 21, and you can see I've pulled out back-to-back Bluenose commemoratives, the double date. Does that mean we're any closer to getting some color in these rolls? I don't know, but these are actually the 4th and 5th from this roll, and you can see how gorgeous they look. So I'm going to pull those aside. I don't have any reliable mintages yet for those, so I don't know how rare they might be, but I'm hoping we might find some of the color or low mint other Bluenose 2021 commemoratives. Roll number 24. Roll number 24, we're getting close to halfway there. We got a couple more US in here. The oldest one being this 1967. So that's our oldest US of the hunt so far. Not silver, of course. That was 1964 was the last year for silver in US dimes. But this would be the 16th and 17th so far in the hunt, which is pretty typical. Roll 27, and we just got ourselves a really nice looking 1989. Much better than the average 89. You can see it's got some circulation. So it might be maybe in an AU perhaps if we were to be grading it, which we're not really, but that is better than average we would see for a late 80s. I almost pulled one out from the previous roll to show you, but this one is actually much better than that one, so I'm glad I didn't. Same roll, we got another American. This one's a 2008P and a really nice one at that. This is our 22nd US dime, just a little over halfway through. Roll 29, I've just laid it out, and we're going to have a couple of finds here. First of all, I can see we've got a newer US copper edge there, but there's another coin in here, right here, that is just bigger than the rest. I'm going to see if I can get it out, if we can see what it is. And it is 25 cents from 1984, and that is from the Netherlands. Now, there seemed to be some kind of gunk and discoloration on this side, but the other side looks really, really nice. So I'll see if I can clean that gunk off. That's a great find. It's our first foreign coin outside of the 22 US we've found so far. Or I guess 23. So I went to the mailbox and found this package here. This is a United States Prestige mint set that I got from RobFindsTreasure, and I thought we'd just look at it together in the middle of our hunt. Why not? So we've got our certificate of authenticity. It's going to indicate what is in here. And this has a 90% silver dollar as well as the proof strikes in copper-plated zinc for the penny and cupro nickel for the other denominations. And this is the set here. It is in this really nice blue, I think this is velvet with the metal eagle here. When I open it up, here you can see the actual coin. There is our Eisenhower Centennial $1990, and then the proof nickel and quarter, the dime and the penny, and the proof 1990 $50, all with the San Francisco mint mark, except for the silver dollar, which was minted in Philadelphia, which is unusual for proofs. I think everything else is in San Francisco. And if you look at the reverse side, there's the silver dollar. So these look pretty fantastic, just like brand new condition. So I'm happy to add that to my collection. Just thought I'd give you a little sneak peek at, or a little peek, I should say, of this thing that I got. And we'll get back to the hunt. We're making our way through the rolls. We're on roll number 35, and I might have found one of the nicest 1968s that I've found in a long time. You can see it's still got some mint luster. It's obviously circulated, and it's actually got some gunk on the obverse, but it's actually a pretty decent strike, and so I'll try to clean that off. I might pick this aside or hold it for now, but it has great eye appeal, and usually these 68s are pretty awful. Now we'll just do a check. I'm almost 100% certain that this is nickel, and it is, but that's one of the nicer examples that I've seen for sure. I'm in roll number 38 and got another nicer than average 1968, and I rarely find them this nice, and that's two in the last few rolls. And just a few coins later, not as old as that 54-year-old 1968, but this 1988 is also much better than we would normally see. We're in roll number 44, and I bring you in because I can see in this roll behind it some nice shiny 2020s. We're going to have, oh, look at this. We're going to have some 2021s, and we're going to have one of each here. This one looks gorgeous. That is minted at 9 million. That's the non-color Bluenose under sale. But right behind it, and we'll just take a peek and see what we got here because these look really shiny too. It's a really nice 2020. But we have another color. So we actually got both of the Bluenose under sale, the 2021 commemorative, in color and in non-color, and they look just gorgeous. And a little further back, we got another one of the double dates as well. I actually found a few of them in the roll early on, and I didn't bring you in for those. But we found all three varieties that we found so far in this one roll, which is pretty cool. Next, roll number 45, and we got another Bluenose under sale, the non-color version. Same roll, there's another one. We're just getting towards the end of this hunt, and we're starting to find some really cool stuff here. Same roll, we got another double date Bluenose, but this is the 1992. This is the 125 years celebrating Canadian Confederation, and that one is in pretty marvelous condition for its age. We don't usually find them this nice. Roll number 48, and we're not done yet. This roll just kind of spilled out our second color Bluenose commemorative. And the enamel is better applied on this one than on the other example we found. I found it was just not quite right. It was a little off kilter, but this one's nice. And same roll, we've got a 1987 that looks pretty nice. Roll number 49, I pulled out this 2014 because I thought we had a foreign coin. And because when I look at the edge, you can see this edge is completely smooth all the way around. And then I thought at first maybe it was altered, like physically by somebody doing it on purpose. But when I look at the face of this coin, it has this sort of, you can see some scratching, but it's sort of like a glossiness to it. I think this is a dryer coin. So that happens when a coin like this gets inserted in a dryer, literally, and gets caught between the drum and I guess other parts that aren't moving, and it just spins around and spins around, and where the edge gets very smooth, the face of the coin can also become sort of smoother. This one's not that terrible, but why I think it's a dryer coin and not just somebody like sanding down the edges, because I can feel along the edge it's raised up a little bit, and that's basically because the edge actually gets flattened down as opposed to just ground flat. So I think that is an interesting find. I think it's a dryer coin. We'll add it to our finds. Later on this roll, we got another commemorative Bluenose under sale, and this is maybe the fourth one I found in this roll, and I'm wondering if it's got a color cousin in here. And I just flipped over the very next coin, and look what I found. We got another colorized Bluenose, so that's our third, and this one looks pretty smooth and shiny, so we'll see. And it is also 2021, but it's the double date. So there might be some more modern ones in this roll. Roll 50, last roll of the box. We had a hot start when we found silver in roll number 1, and we haven't found any yet. I think we got some nice finds, but is it possible we could get bookend silvers first and last roll? It's pretty unlikely, but anything is possible in coin roll hunting. We'll see. So a quick check of the edge tells us we're not going to find any silver, but we are going to find some new 2021s, and maybe we've got one last chance for another color. Okay, so we have hunted that box, and we didn't find any more silver, but we did find silver, and that's what counts, and that is what makes a good hunt for sure. But we found some other things. We got 29 US dimes. I'll look through and see if there's anything there that might upgrade in my collection. There were a few nice ones. We got that 1984 Dutch 25 cents. Had a little gunk on the back. I was able to get that off pretty easily. In our oddities or miscellaneous department, we got a dryer coin, a 2014 dime with a really smoothed edge, and you can just sort of see it's almost as though the surface of the coin was really finely sanded, and that's pretty characteristic of a dryer coin. We found a few other nicer ones, a couple of nice 68s and a nice run in the 80s. This, that looks like a 95. So we got an 86, 87, 88, got a 95 over on the left, as well as an 89, a 92 double date. And speaking of double dates, we got 28 of these Bluenose double dates, the sort of standard design. I'm going to hold on to these for now until I get a sense of what the mintages are. I can't find mintages for this particular coin yet. We know that the other Bluenose commemoratives are low mintage. We got 7 of the Bluenose under sale without the color, and we got 3 with color, so that was great. But our star of the show was this 1966 80% silver Canadian dime. There's Queen Elizabeth on the obverse, and silver in the box is a great find. And we'd been on a bit of a silver drought, so hopefully this is the start of a silver streak. So I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video where we got silver. That's great. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Cadroll Hunter, please do so. I'm glad you stopped in. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.